Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show with Kentucky boys Tim Batts and Josh Williams. Tim is a music promoter, radio host, and passionate bluegrasser, and Josh is a 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year. This podcast is all about bluegrass music, where they swap stories, crack jokes, and pick on each other. Josh even plays a song or two in each episode. Plus, they sit down with bluegrass artists and insiders for interviews you won't hear anywhere else. It's music, it's laughs, it's all things bluegrass, right here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams.
Thank you, Miss Cindy, and you have joined the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. I am Tim Batts, and I'm here with my dearest buddy, Josh Williams.
Hello. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. We are on episode 74 of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. I wonder, do we get like something special on 75? Is that like a special anniversary or something?
I think we could probably do whatever we wanted to do.
I'll get you flowers and you get me some. 75th episode. That's kind of cool, though. 75 seems like a big number. So
Yeah.
74. So we'll be coming around the corner on that next week. So,
Well, we'll definitely have to do something. If not, then we'll definitely do something on the 100th.
yeah, we need to have us a big party or something. So,
That actually would be fun.
Speaking of big parties, you just got back from one, didn't you, last weekend in Chicago?
Yes, I did. Had a big time.
That's awesome, man.
Up there at the Old Town School of Folk Music for the Special Consensus 50th anniversary.
How was that? That was a blast, wasn't it?
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. I was so glad that I went.
My invitation must have got lost in the mail, but that's all right.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody got theirs.
You could get your own invitation by going online and paying money to get it, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad you went, and that's going to be our interviews tonight. While Josh was there, he did a little podcasting on his own and interviewed a couple of former Special C guys.
Yeah, I got to sit down with my buddies Tim Dishman and Jamie Clifton, and the three of us, along with Greg Cahill, were the Route 10 version of the Special C band, and had a nice little chat.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, we're going to play that later in the show, and can't wait to play that, and you guys get to hear some cool, I'm sure, lots of cool reminiscing and cool stories, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, well, that's cool. Well, you played Grand Ole Opry last night. How'd that go?
Yes, I did. Played with Rhonda.
Yeah.
A little out of my element again, playing the banjo.
Played the banjo. So, she throw a Rocky Top on you?
No, she did not, thankfully. And it's funny because that was kind of when she asked me if I do that, I'd be like, yeah, just don't lay nothing too fast on me. So thankfully she didn't.
But she did do that last time.
The time before, she absolutely did. Instead of going out there and doing the normal three that we thought we were going to be doing, right before the very last song, she turned and looked at us all and said, "Let's do Rocky Top." I'm like, oh,
instead
no.
of driving nails in my coffin?
Instead of whichever one it was, that was going to be much slower. So, yeah.
Man. Oh, well, that's good. That keeps you tight.
That's right. Keeps you on your toes.
That's right.
Watch me, boys. That's what Mac Wiseman used to say. Watch me, boys.
That's cool.
And then he'd go to take a solo, and he'd say, "I'm going to take it now." And then halfway through, he'd say, "Oh, I think I should have gave it back."
He was a who.
Oh yeah, man. Them old timers. They had some funny quirks.
Yeah, some of which we can't say on the podcast, but I've heard you tell some Mac Wiseman stories that we can't say.
Yeah. But, he's a funny dude, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Funny guy.
Well, that's cool. Well, we had Greg Cahill on, the last episode, and so I bet it was cool to hang out with him for a couple of days.
It was, and I actually called him. I wanted to make sure that everything that we did run, in that interview that we did, because there was a couple of subjects there that never get asked, that he's actually never spoken on publicly before ever. And I just wanted to make sure he was comfortable with that, because I didn't want him to feel blindsided or felt like he had to answer something he didn't want to or whatever, and he said, no, he appreciated me calling and asking, but he also said it was, that was the beauty of that interview, was I was just talking to you, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. It was a personal part of his life that was very touching. And if you haven't heard it, is on episode 73, the last one that we did. And it's really neat to hear what he's gone through and how he's overcome a lot of things and why he's in bluegrass music today. So we're glad. So
that's right.
Well, that's cool. So cool. Well, I don't... festival season's winding down as we record this. This is getting late October here in Western Kentucky, and it's... starting to get cooler, and I think a lot of the outdoor live music stuff's starting to kind of slow down a little bit. So everything will move to indoors, and then the holidays will be here, and then everything will kind of which is good.
Yeah.
Traveling musicians need a little in their life.
Well, I tell you what, the down in Florida, things kind of pick up that time of year, though. The outdoor festivals can still happen down there.
Yeah, Ernie Evans has some good ones down there. And
there'll be... November we'll have Brooksville, Florida, and then in November he does the Palatka end of the year one there at Palatka, and then of course Jekyll Island, Georgia, which is not far from Florida, on New Year's. Yeah, so that one is indoors, but
well, that's cool.
The other two are outdoors.
Yeah, well, cool. So Southern Legacy's got still more dates coming up then, and.
We've got a handful, yeah. We've got 3 of us together are going to do a thing this Saturday over in Liberty, Kentucky. We're playing a party over there for a gentleman that is a big bluegrass fan. So we're going to go over there, and we're going to have a couple of guys. Junior Williams, no relation, but he's got some of the best hair you'll ever see in bluegrass music, and great big old beard on him now. And Ronald Mosley's going to play. So it'll be cool. Myself and Steve and Mike from Southern Legacy. You'll all be doing that together.
So 3/5 of the Southern Legacy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it sounds like there's a new Christmas show in the works.
Oh, really?
Too. Yeah, up in Somerset, Kentucky.
Well, that's cool.
And that'll be me and Mike and Don, I know. I'm not sure if Steve's going to be on that or not. But I do know that Mike and I and Don will be a part of that.
See, what was this? Oh,
that's the one for Liberty. Yeah, for this weekend, for Saturday.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I was going to say I saved that so we could talk about it.
Yeah.
October the 25th coming up in Liberty. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, I'm promoting a festival next summer in June at Columbus Belmont State Park in far western Kentucky, and I was excited to finally get the go-ahead to book Southern Legacy for that. So we're real excited to have you guys right here in our neck of the woods.
And, that's so far western Kentucky that it's almost not Kentucky. It's almost in water.
I mean, you can just look across the Mississippi River and see Missouri over there. So, but Columbus Belmont State Park is a really cool place, and it's June the 6th of 2026. We're going to have our first ever bluegrass festival. It's called Bluegrass on the Bluff, overlooking the Mississippi River at Columbus Belmont. It's a beautiful Civil War historic battlefield state park and cool place. So,
that is one of the prettiest state parks in our state, and I don't know how many people frequent it per year, but I do know the few times that I've been there, it's just been really cool.
Yeah,
the atmosphere of the whole park is just really cool.
Absolutely. Well, we've got a few great bands already lined up. Southern Legacy is going to be our headline band, and I'm looking to try to book. There's a Civil War band, I guess. It's a bluegrass band that plays bluegrass music, but they dress the part. They dress in Civil War attire, and they do a lot of reenactments and stuff. So I'm trying to get them to come. I think that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
So anyway, lots of great things. Going to try to get Nathan Lynn to do a little bluegrass history. He'll be there with the Wheelhouse Rousters. So
he's very historical, you could say.
He is. He knows a lot of things.
He's a good historian.
He is. He knows a lot of his history about music and Kentucky and rivers and all that cool stuff. So perfect fit for that festival, Bluegrass on the Bluff.
When we were younger, he used to he was working down for a long time at the old home place, 1850 down there in Land Between the Lakes. So.
Yeah, he loves that. Well, cool, man. Well, got the old guitar tuned up, and I got the L8 ready to go. We'll take a break, and we'll get you to play something when we come back. How's that sound?
That sounds great to me.
All right. Well, cool. Well, we'll be right back right after this.
All right.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com.
Custom Automotive in Calvert City, Kentucky has been a family-operated business for over 50 years. When you call Custom Automotive, you'll talk to an experienced tire and wheel expert. They install wheels and tires on thousands of vehicles every year in addition to their online sales. Stop by and thank them for supporting bluegrass music. Custom Automotive, Highway 62, Calvert City, Kentucky, 270-395-7611. Or visit them online at customautoonline.com.
For over 50 years, Puckett's Jewelry in Benton, Kentucky has been a trusted choice for fine jewelry that will last a lifetime and help you celebrate life's most precious moments. The new owners, Bart and Hannah Lewis, are excited to continue the Puckett's Jewelry legacy in Marshall County and are proud to support bluegrass music. Puckett's Jewelry on the Square in Benton, Kentucky. Visit them online at puckettsjewelry.com.
All right. Thank our great sponsors. We appreciate all your support, and we are excited to have lots of great people that help support bluegrass music. And speaking of great bluegrass music, what you going to play for us, man?
Oh, here's an old song by Metallica that I really like. No, I'm just kidding.
Cool. Well, you've been playing James Taylor last few times we've recorded. Oh, yeah, there you go. I think you should, man. I think you absolutely should.
I do love me some JT.
Oh, man. This doesn't get any better.
You know who can sing that stuff really good, and that's Mickey Harris.
Really?
He's a guy that you hand him a guitar and a couple of beers, and he will entertain you all night.
With JT songs?
Yes, he can do it. Between that and Alabama. And that's a good combination, too.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think about it until you hear it, and it's pretty good.
Rolling down the backwood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I tell you what I just saw yesterday, I think, was a video of Alison Krauss and Jerry Douglas doing Carolina in My Mind. Mm-hmm. And I had never seen that before. And whoo, you're talking about somebody can sing some James Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah, she does a great job.
That version of that song with that dobro, it was just her and a dobro.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yep.
But anyway, so what you gonna do?
Well, I've been thinking about my friend here. I did an interview last week with a fella, and we got to talking about Tom T. Hall a little bit. My old buddy Rick Dollar does a show and a podcast and a whole bunch of stuff, and he had me on his show, and so I thought we might as well use our show to plug his a little bit. But appreciate him for having it. But we were talking about Tom T. Hall a little bit, and it got me thinking about some different songs of his and whatnot. And he told me that out of all of the bluegrass songs that he ever wrote, that this one that I'm about to do for you was his favorite, and that's why I'm going to do it.
Tom T. Hall's favorite.
Tom T. Hall's favorite that he ever wrote, and it's been a long time since I sang it, but I do have a little lyrical help here just in case. Anyway, it's Killer on the Loose. You say you didn't really mean to hurt me, but confess you killed my heart and soul, and that's the truth. Before you break another heart, I want it off my chest. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. You break their hearts and leave them there to die. You say that you don't mean to, but that ain't no good excuse. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. The evidence is purely circumstantial, so they say, and they don't even have a single clue. read it in the papers and then listen to the news. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. You break their hearts and leave them there to die. You say that you don't mean to, but that ain't no good excuse. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. Has read the verdict and he said that you were free. But he don't know that he just turned a killer on the street. I won't be down for very long, I've got too much to do. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. You break their hearts and leave them there to die. You say that you don't mean to, but that ain't no good excuse. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. I'm telling everybody there's a killer on the loose. Little Tom T. Hall music for you.
That's a great song. Wonder why that was his favorite.
I don't know. He just always felt like that was the one that he just enjoyed more than any of them. He never really told me. He just said, I think that might be my favorite bluegrass song I ever wrote. And he's written some good ones, man.
I'd say so. That's cool. I'll be darned. That is a good one. I can't say that. I don't even know if I've ever heard that song or not.
Well, I have that on an album. You should buy one, man.
Really? You got any with you?
No, I don't. I don't even know if it's still in print anymore, honestly. But that is a song that I need to start doing some more. And if no other reason, just for that reason alone, just for Tom T.
Keep his legacy going.
Yeah. I mean, we still do songs. We still do Another Town, like just about every show. But there's a lot of folks that do that song. There's not a lot of folks that do Killer on the Loose.
That's true.
That was the very first song on my Lonesome Highway album, the second album that Don Rigsby produced.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. That's good stuff. Well, I'm real excited about the interview. I can't wait to listen to this.
It was fun. It wasn't perfect, just simply because we were at the Old Town School of Folk Music, so that was kind of helpful. I had access to rooms that weren't being used and stuff. Obviously, they were classrooms for playing music, and learning, getting lessons and whatnot. So it wasn't a very studio-ish atmosphere.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and it was a really cool time that the three of us got to share.
Oh, absolutely.
And I even took a minute to talk about Greg and everything. So we were all there for the same reason, and that was to support Greg and basically say thank you for not only our part but 50 years of just doing great bluegrass music, and working his butt off to get where he is.
Absolutely. Great music like that one.
That's one of them.
I think he told us on his, maybe not this last interview, but the one before that, he's probably still their most requested song.
It is. Yeah, sure is.
Oh, man.
So much so they just re-recorded it.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
And what was really fun was the night when we were up there playing, Greg Blake came up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because Greg and I had already talked about it, and it was like, that would be so cool if he did that. So he said, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So Greg Blake came up and he sang the second verse, and Tim and Jamie sang with him on the chorus and stuff. And it was just cool to be able to combine the two,
That's neat.
So, yeah. Greg Blake is an amazing singer and just a great guy.
Oh, he is super nice. And you're reigning IBMA Male Vocalist of the Year. So.
Yeah, and I think it's either his second or third time winning. So
Yeah, I knew it was multiple times. Man.
yeah.
That's cool. Well, we come back, we're going to listen to the interview that Josh did with Jamie Clifton and Tim Dishman in Chicago at the Special C's 50th anniversary celebration. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Looking for expert insurance advice from a team that truly knows Western Kentucky? At Paducah Insurance Agency, we're more than just policies. We're your neighbors, helping you protect what matters most. With locations in Paducah and Benton, Kentucky, we offer home, auto, business, and life insurance with top carriers like Erie Insurance, all at competitive rates. Locally owned and committed to your peace of mind, Jared Morgan and his team are here to help. Call Paducah Insurance Agency today at 855-853-4763 or visit paducahinsurance.com. Paducah Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you trust.
Hey, this is Josh Williams for Page Capos. The Page Capo is lightweight, durable, and quickly attaches and allows you to change frets with ease. With controlled tension capabilities, Page Capo always stays in tune. But don't just take my word for it. Page Capos is also used by folks like Vince Gill, Ron Block, Tim O'Brien, Cody Kilby, Tommy Emmanuel, and James Taylor. So don't trust just any capo. Use what the pros use. Listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast for your chance to win a Page Capo on every episode. Do what I do and trust Page Capos. Order online at pagecapo.com.
Howdy, friends. I'm Banjo Ben Clark, and you're listening to my good buddies, Tim Batts and Josh Williams, on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. You've tuned in because you like valuable conversation about the world's best music. And if you want more good stuff like that, come on over to my website, banjobenclark.com, where you can learn how to play and purchase anything you might need when it comes to bluegrass-related instruments and accessories. My Gold Pick members over there can access hundreds of lessons for banjo, guitar, and mandolin, with all kinds of resources to help you move on down the road with your picking skills. And if you're looking to purchase something, the deals can't be beat at Banjo Ben's General Store. All there on the same website, banjobenclark.com. Now back to the show.
All right, everybody, here it's Josh Williams with the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and I am actually sitting here this evening with some friends of mine that we go way back. We were part of a group called the Special Consensus. We were known as the Route 10 Band, and I'm sitting here with Jamie Clifton, who was our guitar player, and Timmy the Dish Dishman, who was the bass player, and we spent a lot of time on the road together doing a lot of stuff. So we're all here right now at the 50th anniversary for the Special Consensus. So first thing I want to say is just thanks, guys, for taking the time to do this and just talking a little bit about the Special C Band and our time together on the road and stuff. And are there any stories that we could share that are clean enough to be able to air on the show and all that kind of stuff? But so I've got Jamie Clifton and Timmy Dishman here. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. Really appreciate it.
Hey man, thanks for having us. First of all, man, I just want to say all the years past, we get up on stage tonight and play, and it's like, man, when the first beat starts, it's like there's home.
Yeah.
There's home, man. There's something that you don't play music anymore. You kind of retire away from it and you do some other stuff. But, man, that was home for me, just to be able to go back to square one, literally. There's the one beat comes in. It's like, oh, that's the feeling that I've been missing for a long time. So incredible. You know, a lot of people ask, man, you're going to drive 20 hours to go play 2 or 3 songs? That is a really good question. It's like they think you're retarded.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, man, when you feel that first beat, it's like there's the reason why I did it right there. Mm-hmm. And it was amazing.
The pay's great.
Bluegrass music, I mean, totally agree. But that feeling, man, you guys are the best, man, I ever played with, man. And to be able to feel that, got to be something on the stage that makes you feel that every time, or it won't keep you there.
Well, let alone we weren't only just a band, though. I mean, we were family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
absolutely. So true.
And you know, it's been almost 25 years since since our band, 22, 23 years, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and guess what? We all still talk all the time. We're still best friends, you know. I mean, it's just, I mean, we'll always just be family regardless of what anything happens. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I love about it so much is the fact of, you know, it has been how many years since we've actually seen each other, and how
the last time we got to play was we
did something in Nashville.
2001, we got together at Station Inn.
Or 21.
21.
21.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, yeah,
2001, 21.
21 there.
We got to play at the Station Inn. We played a couple, 2-3 songs. We all showed up at Station Inn because Special C was current band at that time was
and we
playing
decided to take over 3 songs of their show.
So, I mean,
and we did.
And we did. Yes.
So it was a lot of fun. I mean, Greg's had great bands over the years. You know, he's a stellar guy to work for. And
yes.
You know, but this configuration for me was probably, you know, probably one of the closest, the closest band, family oriented type thing I've ever been involved with, and I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys to death. You know?
Well, and like what I was saying, you know, it's been that many years, and even though we don't talk on the daily, you know, the moment it's been probably at least a year or so, close to it, since I've talked to you.
Yeah.
We talk a little more regular, but it's the moment that we got here. It was just like it's always been.
Yeah. Oh, not a day. 100%.
I mean, we just fall right back in where we left. You know.
Yeah. Giving Greg a hard time. That's our goal.
And we have excelled at that too.
Yes, we have.
So
we've set a standard that the other bands truly follow.
You know, that is true, actually. And we've talked about this, and I think I told Timmy about it too, but the current band right now, you know, Brian McCarty, the new mandolin player and stuff, we follow each other on Facebook and stuff. And I saw where he had posted a video where he was, you know, it was funny because it was just, he was literally singing, you know, from his mouth the Jaws theme song as he was going towards Greg's rear end with his thumb. You know? And I thought, that is just hilarious, man.
I wonder where he got that from.
That's the thing. And the caption on it said, keeping old traditions alive. You know? So,
right. That's true.
And it's just, you know, I mean, we had so much fun on the road and getting to,
oh man,
just thinking about the amounts of times that we were laughing and you know, I mean, it's hard to really explain to other folks because they don't understand, you know.
Well, and a lot of things too. Back then, we took it for granted because we done it every day.
Yeah.
And now we can sit back and be like, you know, we really got a good thing going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was.
I
let
feel
alone
that
where
100%.
we're good friends, but I mean, we played some really good music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just one of them things that it was kind of. It was just different being a part of because it was just always like we never knew what was going to happen that night. Like, you know, play the same songs over and over like every band does, but somebody does something different or we do a rhythmic thing that just clicks and happens. But it was just like we were all in sync when it happened. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just like, gosh, dang it, dude, what the heck, you know? So.
Well, and you and I were talking, Jamie, this on the drive up here today while I was driving, that it was like we got to that point of being able to know what the other person's going to do before they do it. And as a unit, that happened. You know, there was lots of times that something really cool would happen and we'd all just have this surprised look on our face looking at each other going, you know, that was great, you know.
It really did. I think one of the big aspects of spending day, I mean, you guys got to understand, man, Greg books a lot of dates.
Oh, absolutely.
So we spent so much time together. And even though, you know, I got a buddy of mine that talks about this. He's like, I bet you played every day. And you're like, no, man, I didn't. I mean, the show was the date to play.
Yeah, right.
And that's, I mean, I didn't sit and play a whole lot outside of that. But when you're playing every day, man, it's like, you kind of feel in, go jam with somebody else, and you're like, wait, time out. Where's my guys at? I got to go back to that because this is not that. I mean, nothing against anybody at all. But it's like, man, what you get used to around you. And Tim, I think you nailed it. If we didn't know what we had.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing that I look back on. Like today, number one, hit the number one beat. And it was like, oh, my God, we're home.
Yeah.
This is where I felt like I needed to be for a long time. Don't get that anymore. And is it worth a 20-hour drive? Well, for all the people, it's like, man, I don't know if that's worth a 20-hour drive. I wish you could have felt what I just felt.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and it's Sonny Osborne told me one time, he's like, you don't realize the days that you are, the times that you're going to look back on until you're already past those times and looking back on it, and I remember him telling me, you're in that time. So enjoy it. Know that you're in that time and really enjoy it.
That's so
so
true.
You're not like an old guy like me that's talking about those times and I don't have them anymore, So I think that, and it's inevitable that's going to happen, that you're going to, because when you're in the moment and you're doing all of those things and it's super easy to take that for granted.
Yes.
100%.
That is so true, man. I mean, being at it for as long as I have, to get the opportunity, thank you, Greg, very much for doing this, but to be able to come back. And 20, 30 minutes a day practicing, trying to get yourself back together for that's intimidating. But it's also one of those challenges you're like, man, I'm going to do what I once did. I want to do this.
Yeah.
So Greg gives you ability, man. I mean, every 5 years you get to come back and do this. And it's like,
Cool thing,
I'm in, man.
The cool thing is God's blessed us to be able to do this again.
Amen.
Yeah. Say that again, because this thing is kind of being weird.
I said the cool thing about it is God has blessed us all to be able to get together again. I mean, that's the biggest thing, and it's just one of them things that we do take for granted, and but when we all get back together, it's just like home. You know what I'm saying? Like everything we cut up, we never. I mean, it's just like it ain't been 20 years since we all been together. You know what I'm saying? We just come right back in and goof around, and when we hit the first note, it seems like it never left. I mean, yeah, we're all older, but listen, guys,
Dude, it's a brotherhood, man.
We're older, but we still can hang with them if we want to. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
love that, man. I mean, listen, when you travel with a band of brothers.
Oh yeah,
and there's no more truth in that in my life than. I mean, you guys have seen me in my good times. You've seen me in my bad times. And you guys were always there, no matter what, to be right there to pull me whatever I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that's a brother to me. And I grew up as an only child. I mean, for me to have brothers like this is insane for me.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I appreciate what you guys have shared with me and man, what we've been able to do on the road. And I mean, it's a brotherhood, man. I look at both of you guys. I look at Greg like a dad. Sorry, no, a brother. I mean, sorry, brother. Like a real older brother. But no, I do. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm just joking. But, man, I mean, you don't spend this much time on the road with your brothers. And even though that you may not spend 15, 20 years with them, man, you can go right back to that day. Because I know, man, and if one of you guys call me right now, Josh, you live in Kentucky, Indiana, or no, you live in Nashville. I live in Oklahoma. If one of these guys call me right now and be like, dude, I need you tomorrow, I'd drop what I'm doing and I'd roll.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to know that, man. I mean, it's a brotherhood, and you guys mean that much to me. But I think that's what makes the music. That's what makes that music what it is, because it has to be a relationship first.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we share a trauma too. That's something that not all bands end up sharing. Because the situation is in April of 22, I think, and 2002. I did the same thing you did, but on the other end.
Yep, I think so.
So April of 2002, we ended up in a bus accident. And we had just played in Texas. We were on our way back. I'll never forget it because we were 30 miles west of Texarkana when this happened. But unfortunately, however many years that you spend on the road, I mean, there's always that possibility of something bad happening. Especially they say that driving is like the most dangerous form of travel, and for us to have made it through that bus accident. We didn't have any serious injuries. We didn't lose any instruments. We didn't lose any product. I think the worst case scenario that we had was we had some cracked cases of the CDs, and past that, that's all. We literally were able to walk away from what could have easily been a deadly accident.
Well, that was just God's mercy and His hand watching over us.
Absolutely.
There's no ands and buts about it. I mean, because we all came out really. I mean, think about it, guys. Freaking less than a week later, we were back on stage playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And when the bus stopped at the slide, I mean, it flipped over on its side, slid down the highway, went down a culvert, and stopped 10 feet.
Yeah, it was. I think they said it was about 10 yards or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, we nearly hit that concrete drainage thing. Yeah. And
the bus was on fire. I mean, there was a lot of things going on there. But man, I mean, it was like I remember back at that. It was like I think everybody's only concern is getting everybody out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody went brother. I mean, here's this brotherhood again that shows up. It's like, man, no man unleft.
Yeah.
We're gonna get everybody out of there, and everybody got out of there safe. And
we all got back home.
That's right.
Josh's dad come and got us, and I mean, it was
that's
it
right.
was a blessing,
if you guys want to rag on Greg may have been driving. I'm just saying that.
But I mean, realistically, that could have been any of us.
Oh,
with the amount of time that we're spending, plus we were still new to the whole bus thing, which I know, Jamie, I know when you were traveling with New Tradition, I know you guys had the bus for a while, and you were the only one that was basically kind of accustomed to that. But even then, it had been a while.
Never had anything like that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, I mean, there's some serious stuff to that. I mean, I think what a lot of people don't understand about what we do or what we did back in the day is, man, you would get done with the show and you're rolling.
Yeah. To the next show.
And that could be two states away.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, sometimes, how many times, guys, have we rolled down the road, drove whatever it took to get there just in time to get on stage and play?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. That's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's rolling to go home because you want to see your family. Sometimes it's rolling to get to the next show. And bands that are out there right now, you feel that. Mm-hmm. That's something you feel inside. You know what you guys do all the time, and it'll never happen to me until it does.
Right,
and it did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you have to wake up. Man, that was a wake up call, I think, for everybody that day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it absolutely was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really believe that trauma, though, was also something that made what we had as a group that much tighter, know.
Oh, I think so too.
And I know one thing that a lot of people don't realize, this year is 50 years for Special Consensus, and I know that it takes a lot to run a band, and I know that from that perspective because I left Greg and went to Rhonda, and then left Rhonda and went to my own band. I was able to juggle quite a few things within a few years there, but the ultimate stressor for me was that running of the band and having to deal with money and having to deal with making sure that whoever I've got on the road with me makes their money. Because that's what's important. And Greg's done that for 50 years,
Man,
I mean, there was some dates that we probably didn't really like, there were several of them, I'm sure. Yeah. But at the same time, we worked for a guy whose main goal was to make sure that 3 other guys, and hopefully himself as well, made a living, And that's a huge sacrifice there. It's a huge undertaking.
It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the thing of it, you start thinking about in terms of that. I think Greg in my opinion, I think he had a great band, and he's going to do everything he can to try to keep that band.
Yeah.
So he's going to start booking everything he possibly can to make sure we're making the money. I mean, of course, that's the only reason. I mean, that's not the only reason we're out here. We love the music, but the money helps. I mean, that's why we were doing it.
Well, I mean, when you decide we're going to play music full time, there has to be money in order for that to
Come
work.
on,
You know?
there's
We
a
got
lot
to
of
have it
truth
to
to that.
survive, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, the time that we spent together, you know, it's always going to be just the fondest of memories for me, and I know that you guys are the same way, and we're getting the opportunity to be here again after, you know, literally it's kind of a mind, you know what, that for me, because this means that I joined the band 25 years ago. That blows my mind. Which it would be the same for you too, because I was there maybe the majority of a year before you came on, you know, because Andrea was still in the band. But basically, I was hired on in '99 in the beginning of '99, and then you came on
IBMA.
Yeah. Okay. So that was that October or September? Either way.
Well, the end of September, October.
Yeah.
But that's when it was in Louisville.
Oh my gosh! That puts it in perspective right there.
Out, right?
Yeah, that's when IBMA was in Louisville.
It hasn't been there for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then you know, being able to, you guys tell me. I mean, we pretty much already talked about it, but like if they're so. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, like, this whole thing, obviously, we all wanted to be together to do this. We wanted to see Greg. So over the years, you guys know Greg. You guys have worked with him, obviously, and know him as a person the same way that I do. If you could say something to him, you know, for the time that you spent with him, you know, what would that be?
For me, I think it would be just thank you. You know, learn a lot, and just as a person, as a musician. This was joining Special C was my first full-time gig, so you know, and I got hired on thinking I was coming down for a rehearsal to fill in for another band member, you know, and just thank you for the opportunity to be able to travel around the world and meet new friends and you know, see the world and play some of the best music I've ever got to play in my life, you know, and if it wasn't for him really giving me that opportunity, I would have never met you guys. I would have never been part of a Route 10 band, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And, you know, I think for me, you know, you guys started my career, you know. I mean, I haven't played in a whole lot, but I've been blessed and had the opportunity to play with some really good configurations, and it really would have never happened if it wasn't for Greg giving me the opportunity to do that, you know, to play in a full-time band and you know, meet my brothers, you know. So I mean, he really is the start of my career. Right,
and you've gotten to do some really cool stuff, man. You know,
I've been blessed to play with Alan Jackson.
I was going to say, you got to be Alan Jackson's only bluegrass bass player. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, got to do that.
That is super cool, man.
You know, but it was you know, everything's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
and you know, we all played before we all got together. Jamie, you played in a full-time band. Josh, you grew up. You're one of them young kid prodigies. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I've been called worse.
But you know, I think you know Greg put us all together, and that's kind of the start for me. That was my start. You know, I got to play with some really good musicians. I mean, I remember coming here when I was little, and we had a little band called Minor Bluegrass with Noam Pikelny and Casey Dreesen, and we would open this show up for this anniversary stuff, you know, and it was different, you know, doing that, and then all of a sudden it's like now I'm playing the dang show, you know, and I'm with the band that I mean, Special Consensus. That was the first bluegrass band that I ever seen live, which was Marty Maroney, Drew Carson, Darren Wilcox. I mean, you know, those guys kind of just took me and let me you know, when you're little and you want to jam and you
absolutely.
can't play, but they never downed me for that.
Yeah.
They brought me in. I was trying to play guitar and stuff, and
Sure.
you know, so it was very, very cool to actually, you know, grow up seeing that and then actually being able to be a part of that.
Yeah.
To say I was a member of that, you know, so
Right.
it's really, I mean, I can say, you know, thank you, Greg, because this was the start for me
That's
playing,
the truth, man.
you know, and
I had a
the
conversation
opportunities.
a couple of nights ago with Rick Dollar, who does a radio show down in Savannah, Georgia, and we were literally talking about this. And what other genre of music is there where you can go, like, watch your heroes and your idols perform, but then also become their friends? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I'll
get
wait
to
for
know
that
them.
answer. I'll wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, bluegrass is the only place that I know of that ever happening. And,
It will.
and the
It's a true
same
story.
thing happened with me. You know, like I met Greg when I was 12 as a banjo kid. You
Yeah.
know, and all of my heroes. You know, I was very close all through my life with J.D. Crowe, and you know, he was always that way. He was always super nice. He never talked down to me, and you know, and I've shared this with a bunch of people. You know, I mean, Weldon, my oldest, for the first few years of his life, he didn't know any better. He didn't know that Crowe wasn't one of his grandparents.
Yeah.
You know, because he saw him that much,
Yeah.
and every time he did, he'd just walk up, put his arms up, Crowe pick him up, and
Yeah.
they'd hang. You know, so
Yeah.
that's just
That's
this.
special.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what about you, Jamie? What would be something that you could
So,
say?
man, my biggest thing is Greg's vision. So, I mean, I'm a little bit older than you guys. So, when I went out on the road, I started out with New Tradition, spent a little over 3 years with them, and kind of, I mean, had a ball, had a good time. Great guys to hang out on the road with. At the kind of end of New Tradition, I remember us playing the same place together, Special C and New Tradition. And we all sat together and started playing.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'll never forget that night. We were playing in that little hallway outside, a little away from everything, just kind of hanging out together, playing. And every one of us looked at each other like, okay, I've never been here before.
Yeah, I remember this too.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's actually in a swimming pool area.
Yeah, had echoes.
Yeah.
It was super cool. Sang together, played together. But man, I mean, I think right there that night is when all four of us realized this is not this is different.
Yeah, this is
Something's about this different. But what I want to say about that is at that time, Greg had to make a difficult decision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a great band member, that's somebody that's running a band, that's what he does.
Yeah,
And it
has to.
sucks sometimes to do that, and I understand it. And there's I don't want anybody to have hard feelings about any of that, but sometimes you have to make them decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I mean, just because he has been that good of a band member and a leader, and he made that decision because he knew that was the best decision to make for the band.
Yeah,
And I mean, the minute we roll that out, it was like people started paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying nothing about Special Consensus before that, because I always enjoyed listening to them play. They were good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now there's something different. And I think people started to, when they heard us play, they began to hear exactly what we heard that first night we sat together. And I don't know what that is other than it's just that it moment.
yeah,
And for Greg to be able to say, you know what, this is a hard decision I got to make, but I'm going to make that decision
mm-hmm.
for that. And that's he gave us an opportunity to be a band of brothers, and he gave us an opportunity to sit and play together. And man, what did we run? 3 years?
yeah.
Is that what we run together? Man, that was the best 3 years of my music career. Just because every night I knew exactly what I was going to, and like you said, we took it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But every night it was going to be that. It was just going to be an absolute grit your teeth. I've never played bluegrass gritting my teeth until you boys. And now it's every night of gritting your teeth. I mean, it's like, man, we got, it's like the first 6 rows need to have their hair parted.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that more than anything, man. And Greg's seen that vision in the very beginning. And that's a massive statement.
It makes me think of something that Terry Balcom said one time. He said, man, that's blasting my wig off. You know?
That's well said, man.
Yeah.
Great words of wisdom, man.
The thing, too, is like, you guys, and I know you guys have played music with a lot of different configurations, but for us, we played to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We accompanied when Josh was taking a mandolin break. We freaking threw everything we had at him to make his mandolin break sound good. Same with your guitar. When you were taking guitar, but we done everything we could to keep that full sound. And
it's a team.
A lot of, and I don't mean this in any disrespect to any bands out there.
No,
a lot of bands don't play to each other.
Mm-hmm.
They play.
I agree with that.
They play to be heard. They don't play as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the difference with us. Is like we wanted to go out there as a unit.
Yeah.
And you know, if I heard it once, I heard it 100 times. They're like, you guys got such a full sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't ever tell when somebody's, like when Jamie takes a break, the rhythm section's gone. It's not like that.
Yeah.
You changed your mandolin playing.
I did. Yeah.
And started doing like, you know, open rhythm string stuff to fill that. So it never, that sound never left.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just, and you don't have that all the time in a band, but it was like one of the things that we played to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, a lot of people get out there and they want to play to the next band that's coming on. We never done that. We're like, no, mash it. I mean, we were always, get it, Josh, or get it, Greg, or, you know, we always were trying to encourage us on stage to freaking, you know, give it your all. You know what I'm saying?
The huge thing to that is, with me, you guys challenged me every time I was on stage.
Yeah.
Every time I was on stage, it was like, I got to be better than I was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you do 3 years of that, and the amount that you guys made me better was every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
We didn't get a day off to slug. You didn't have that.
Right.
Because Josh would rip a mandolin break, or Tim or Greg would just rip into something, and you're like, Greg, I got to step up. And now you got to do something different. And it was like this chugging thing that always happened.
Yeah.
But I think a lot, I mean, and I'm going to go what you were saying, Tim, is like, man, a lot of the players, listen to me right now. It isn't about what you're doing in your solos. Let's stop and think about that for a minute. Man, lock in.
Mm-hmm.
Lock into your band. Lock in and put that rhythm section together.
Yeah.
Because, man, that is where your whole band comes in. I mean, 4 people playing in a band, and it sounds like there's 7.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why does it sound like that?
Yeah.
Because they're locked.
Mm-hmm.
They're locked into that. You can have 4 guys that are really good at every instrument, and they don't lock.
You're right.
Man, lock that band in and work on your rhythm, work on your timing, work on that feel.
Yeah.
Because listen, don't give me a break. Let me play in that feel, because that's where it's at for me.
And it's the same way, like whenever, you know, you got somebody singing, you want to play to enhance that singing and stuff.
Give them some room.
You don't want to play over top to try to show your fancy lick off. You know what I'm saying? And that was the cool thing that we done. I mean, we done it, but didn't think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how we played. We always tried to play, like I said before, we always tried to play to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's true.
And that's one thing that I can honestly say, that's been one thing that's been hard to, in other configurations, to do, because it's like there's always got to be somebody that wants to do something that's like, dude, just play to whoever that lead person is, whether they're taking a solo, they're singing, play to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to overdo it. You ain't got to freaking do a flashy lick so they can hear you over what they're doing. I mean, if Josh is singing lead, then that's what needs to be focused on, is his lead singing.
Yeah.
Not me playing a bass riff that's going to take away from what he's doing.
Exactly
You know what I'm saying?
I think the only time
if I do a bass lick, I want it to enhance what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to take away what you're doing.
The only time I think all of us step in the mic when it's time for that banjo break to kick in.
Yeah.
And then we all step into that mic, and we put that backbone on him.
Well, it's the same thing as if you're learning to play, it's anybody can play, a really showy, fancy lick. And what separates the men from the boys is knowing where to put those things and when not to. Biggest thing for me was when not to use those things. Mm-hmm. And it's the same way when you're playing in the rhythm section or whatever. It's it's knowing what to do behind something and what not to do behind something.
Yep.
And like you said, it's just whatever is up in front right then is the main focus. Yeah. And, some people just get up there and all they know to do is just play, and they're concerned with how they sound and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to trying to see it as the whole, as a whole thing, and just making the overall be what's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, like even for us, you get out there, we stand in a line and we're facing that audience. But when we're up there playing and we're getting excited, if Jamie's taking a break, we call turn. Mm-hmm. We're looking at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not just looking out in the crowd. We're looking at him. We're like, man, we got your back. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Same way with Josh. If he's taking a break, and it's busted, man. We turn. We're looking at you. Yeah. I mean, we communicate on stage. We're not just being up there statues. And that right there, from an audience standpoint, like for me, if I see that happen, I'm like, those guys are freaking in it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're locking up and they're really hooking up with each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I love it because
big,
I can look at Josh. I mean, even 20 years later tonight, I look at Josh and when he comes out of a break, he looks up at me. I know, dude, I'm stepping in on that guitar and I'm going to pound it right with you because, we done had that eye connection. It's like he stopped the music for a minute and said, and walked over next to me and he goes, I'm going to come out of this break here in a minute. When I do, I need your guitar just smashing it.
Yeah.
And then he goes back over, Josh goes over to his mic and he goes, okay, time back in. Mm-hmm. It's just a visual because we've done this so much. Mm-hmm. And guitar players, man, play different rhythm patterns.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that I always try to do. It's a different sound. It's a different thing. Play a different rhythm pattern with a mandolin break, and it breaks it up to where you can get out of there, play a different rhythm pattern, and let that mandolin breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing, and then when the banjo comes in, man, it's a different pattern, man. At this point, I'm getting serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did a different grip on the pick. Josh, you know this. You're a great guitar player. You do it all the time. It's like, man, it's different patterns. It's giving them room to breathe. And then when the banjo is, man, he's stepping in, and everybody knows the banjo's the loudest thing up there. You don't need to let him breathe. It's time to smash.
Right.
Well, it's dynamics too.
Yeah. It is.
That's the thing. We're holding back, letting him in, and we know when to build that up. And we know when we're coming to end. We know everybody's fixing to lay into it, man. We hammer down, and then vocal line comes in. We back off.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like you're waiting for something to happen. That's exactly how I love playing with you guys because that's how it is when we're on stage.
It's amazing that four guys can have the same mindset.
Yeah.
And we learned that the first night we played together. It was like, God, we weren't even in front of mics. We were just sitting in chairs playing.
Yeah.
And if you can do it just sitting and playing in front of mics is a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was amazing, man. I played with great musicians. But that night changed my whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
It really did.
And I think it's so cool that here we are 20 years later, and it's we can still feel that. It still happens, you know. And so it just blows my mind. Guys, thanks so much for taking a few minutes here with me. I love you guys so much, and being able to be here tonight with you guys has just meant the world to me. I'd have drove 200 and however many more miles to do this. So
same here, man.
Thanks so much, and thank you for taking the time to do this little thing. And what hopefully we're going to end up doing is we've got it in the works to try to come up with a full Route 10 band show. So that's what we're going to be working on. So, but anyway,
do we get to do stories too?
Yes.
I would love to be able to tell. No, not all of them.
Not all of them. There's some of them that I'll make sure though that it gets put in the book after I'm long gone. So I'll
Amen. That would be awesome.
After all of us are gone, then the book will come out. So I've already got that worked out. So
well, thank you, Josh, for having us.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, I love you all so much, and again, thank
you.
you. So anyway, you've been listening to the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and I've got Jamie Clifton and Timmy Dishman from the Route 10 Band of Special Consensus, and we've been here celebrating the 50th anniversary of Special Consensus.
All right, good stuff right there. Such a great interview, and I know you guys had to have some fun doing that.
Oh yeah, you can tell we didn't have any fun. It was just a really boring time, and it was a real chore just to sit there and talk. You know?
I'm sure, yeah.
We had a great time, and you know what's funny is when I first kind of suggested that at the beginning of the evening, they were like, "Well, okay, we might can do that for a little bit." So we thought, well, let's go ahead. We're already done with our part, and I still had one little part to do towards the end of the show. And, we're like, all right, well, let's go ahead and do this because Timmy wanted to get going. He had his mom and dad there, and they wanted to get headed back home and stuff. And so we were like, oh, let's go ahead and, go down and do this for a little bit. Anyway, when we got down there, we just didn't want to stop. It's cool.
That is cool.
We just lost track of time just simply because, what we had initially thought was going to be about 10 minutes ended up being, 30. So,
yeah, that's cool. Well, that's good stuff. Well, it's such a great time in bluegrass. I mean, when you get music like that, it's just, it's hard to beat.
It was a magical time.
Some chemistry. That's good stuff right there. Well,
those are back in the good old days right there.
Good old days right there. Well, been a good episode, man. Great time. And we'll leave you with that one. And just always remember, if you got time to breathe,
you got time for bluegrass music.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Thanks for spending some time with your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams. We hope you learned a little and laughed a lot. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode from the heart of bluegrass. Until next time, keep picking, keep grinning. Tim and Josh look forward to seeing you down the road.